Dad gave me my very own rainbow. He hung up a prism in my room, so when the sun shines, it reflects a rainbow.
And when you let the light of Jesus shine in you, you can be a beautiful prism for Him. My name is Zach, and you're tuned in to listener-supported Keys for Kids. Did you know that the light from the sun is actually a combination of a whole bunch of different colors? You can use a prism to separate all that light from each other and see each color kind of like a rainbow. That's not the only kind of beautiful light, though. When you let the light of Jesus shine through you, you can reflect His love to everyone around you. Then you can fulfill the words of Jesus found in Matthew 5 when He said, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." Our story today is called Making Rainbows. A hard rain shower passed and sunshine glistened on the grass and trees. Then brilliant colors arched the sky. It was still raining lightly as Mabel gazed out the window. "Dad, come see the beautiful rainbow." Dad joined her at the window. "Wow, look at that." "How does God make rainbows?" asked Mabel. "Well, when the sun is behind us and the rain is in front of us, the rays of the sun pass through the raindrops," said Dad. "The water acts like a prism." "What's a prism?" asked Mabel. "I'll show you. Come with me." Dad led the way to his odds and ends drawer. "Would you like a rainbow to keep in your room?" he asked. "Sure, but how?" asked Mabel. Dad smiled as he picked out a ball of string, scissors, and a small triangular-shaped piece of glass with a small hook on one end. "What's that?" Mabel asked. Dad held it up. "This is a prism." He tied one end of the string to the hook in the glass and held it out toward Mabel. "Cut here." She took the scissors and cut the string. "Okay," said Dad. "Let's take this to your room." Mabel was puzzled. "What are you going to do with it?" Dad smiled and tied the triangular piece of glass to a curtain rod in Mabel's room. A moment later, a little rainbow danced on her desk and spilled onto the floor. "I love it," Mabel exclaimed. "Just wait till I tell my friends I have my very own tiny rainbow." "You'll have it only when the sun is shining," Dad said. "The sun shining through the prism is what makes the rainbow." He turned and looked at her. "Did you know that you can be a prism too?" Mabel laughed. "Sorry, Dad, but the sun shining on me just makes shadows." "I'm not thinking about the sun in the sky," Dad said. "I'm thinking about the Son of God, Jesus. Because you trust in Him, He's put His Spirit in your heart, and His love shining through you will produce something even more beautiful than a rainbow. Through your actions and attitude, people around you will see God's love, joy, and peace." So how about you? What can you do to make rainbows in your world today? Could you encourage a friend who's feeling down? Or do chores around the house to help your parents? Or sit with someone who's lonely? God can use you to bring a rainbow of His love to others' lives, so trust Him to help you reflect His light so others can see how much He loves them. Our key verse is Matthew 5:16.
"Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven."
And our key thought for today, be a prism for God. I'm glad I could spend some time with you today on the Keys for Kids story. If you want an easy way to make the stories a part of your everyday life, then ask Alexa to play the Keys for Kids podcast. Then you can listen wherever you have an Echo device, like in the bathroom brushing your teeth, or in the kitchen eating lunch, or even at bedtime just before you go to sleep. It's a great way to make time with God a part of your life. Just ask Alexa, play the Keys for Kids podcast. I'm Zach. Thanks for spending time with Keys for Kids.